Okay, and here we go. So you have my socials and introduction right at the beginning. When you enter the clinic on Fifth Avenue, this is how I look on a good day. So this is my achievement, the president of the Acupuncture Society for the state of New York. But that's kind of how it ends. So Susanna was very adamant. We don't want to know, we don't want to have an acupuncture lecture. You have to tell us how it started. So, I was going through policies and leading the acupuncture world, but, that's now. So what was before? So I'm expecting you to laugh a lot right now because there was a small town boy of a Moravian town called Moravská Třebová. Good luck to pronounce it for the Czech non-speakers. But yeah, this was a view of one of the communist houses in a little town that had absolutely no money. And yeah, so I was a very good pioneer. And I had some dreams, but I had no idea that I'm going to end up in this crazy country in the biggest city. And I don't know, even speak here. It was a dream that I didn't even dream of. So what do you get to do to get to the acupuncture world top? I guess you gotta ride a lot of bike, and the journey is long and a lot of fun, or I try to make it fun. And that's how it started. Little town of Moravia, and now kind of post, but still, just 2 weeks ago we had a big acupuncture party, and yeah, I still do a legislation now. We are walking on Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance because somebody proposed that they don't want to pay for insurance. So we're like, what do we do, right? So that's what we do. We do a lot of things, but we'll get to it later. How it all started. I moved to Prague and I scored a job for the biggest public relations agency. My first professional job was to work with some Czech celebrities like Chantal Poulain and Olga Šípková, who was a champion of aerobic in the 1996 years. So now you're like, oh my God, how old is he? Yeah, this is all acupuncture, guys, okay? Teresa Maxová in another, basically all of these were speakers because I was and that guy in the white t-shirt with glasses, that's me in 1996 in Paris in the Euro Disney because my client was Walt Disney. So very different careers, as you can see. The turn in the career was when a Moravian family moved to Chicago, where all the Czechs end up, right? My mom on a green card. So me, my sister, mom, and dad were like, yeah, let's try it. So we did. This is the most peculiar picture because it came out with my coming out, okay? So we moved to Chicago and it was like, he is gay. And my parents were like, all right, we still love you. I was like, yeah, great, let's go to the gay pride. So I took my Czech parents to the gay pride. If you can notice them. If not, you can find the guy with the socks and sandals, right? It's a Czech signature, if you didn't know. My dad took it really well once we went with my boyfriend camping, and he's like, wow, they look so good together. So we scored a shot. And then I moved to New York. In 2000, I started my journey in New York. And if you notice the two tall buildings in there, this is literally a photo that made history. And I'm going to go quickly because some of us may just start crying. But that's what happened. My first professional job in New York City was real estate. I was working for Italian mafia, the family of Cocco. They talked like this with the hands and with the accent and everything. Then he's like, oh, meet my uncle. Go. And his uncle was like, shook my hand, and there were only 3 fingers on it. But he had 3 Lamborghinis parked in the driveway. It was a lot of fun. Real estate took 10 years. I ended up at Sotheby's, the highest end of real estate. This is 147 15th Street. Wow, 1 minute. Okay, we go fast. That's when Susan Sarandon lives. I stopped doing real estate. I went to Burning Man. I enrolled in school. The student life was amazing. I was hiking. I was doing a lot of stuff as the students do. I was photographing. I just loved my life. And then the school finished, and I got my first job in Sydney. I started up my acupuncture career on a cruise ship, and it was amazing. I actually didn't know that when you cross an equator, there is a ceremony for it. So I did a lot of acupuncture, and I did volunteering in Guatemala. And I will be going really fast if this clicker will be working. And then I started realizing that I can speak. So I met at the Czech Center some speakers, and one of them had a video company who started shooting my lectures. And then I started lecturing with some celebrities, and it got me to Acupuncture Society, and that's where we started. So I ended up as the president of the Acupuncture Society, meeting with a lot of interesting people, and we will end my 6 minutes.